Yo, Hegassen here, and welcome to my anime review of episode 924. Thank you for tuning in on my anime catch-up, heading towards those bathhouse episodes. But this episode is the Big Mom episode, even though the title for the last episode claimed to be the Big Mom episode. This episode is the Big Mom Arrives in Wano episode, and they might as well have just showed the clips that they showed in the last episode in this episode, since they showed them all again. I did kind of like the kind of new recap way that they did it, the kind of re-edited recap at the beginning of this. It was quite nice, but it became apparent that throughout a lot of this episode it was had a little bit of the repeated footage syndrome. You know, they showed quite a few shots again and again, and especially of like where it was zooming around the Big Mum crew and everything. And I felt like the animation overall in this episode wasn't that good. We got a lot of dinosaurs in this episode, and when they were talking, they weren't really moving their mouth. There was a lot of static mouths, like pretend this snake was like page one. He was like, "Oh, where is Sangoro?" And his mouth was moving about as much as this statue of this cobra. So yeah, that was a little bit weird. I mean, it's going to be hard to animate the mouths, but it does look a little bit weird when they do that. I said dinosaurs. Well, what is technically not a dinosaur? We got the Pteranodon form of King revealed in this episode, and that was really cool. He looked really, really good in the anime. I love the sound effect. He sounded like a jet. He's fire. He looked like Fire Rodan. But they kind of did that same thing that they did with Kaido, where they actually showed King transform into his own form. In the manga, the first time we see him was literally as he hit the ship. We see him just hit Big Mum's ship, and that's the first time we see him as a Pteranodon. We're like, whoa, wait, is that King? And then you get the little name box. I guess that's why in the anime you see him transform, because, you know, it's a little bit harder. Well, not harder, but it looks a bit weirder in the anime to just have King appear and then for his name to pop up all the time. I mean, they do that as well in the anime, but I guess the way they did it here works better for the anime, showing him transform, showing him leave. We got a lot more stuff in that scene where the Big Mum crew is actually going up the waterfall, and it was nice to see them at least attempt with a machine gun to fight back, but we didn't really get to see that much extra. But what we did see was pretty cool, and then we saw the hit and we saw them fall down as well, and that was a little bit more expanded as well. So I did really like those scenes. I do still think that the manga did it better, because that reveal of just them going up the waterfall, you see a little pink and you're like, what's that? Whereas I think you could kind of see it coming a little bit more in the anime. The second half of this episode went back to Sanji and Law. They're escaping because the Tobi Roppo are on their way to get Sanji, because he fought some of the Kyoshiro family. And it was a little bit slow. I did like the Jurassic Park references with the water, you know, the water rippling, and seeing page one just tearing through the town. You can tell that he doesn't really care about the people of Wano. He's just there to do his job and just to be a jerk. But it was cool. I really like that Sanji moment where he was like, you know, I can't just let this guy be a jerk. I can't let this guy ruin livelihoods, attack women, and ruin soba shops. That was a good moment for Sanji. Then at the end, the ultimate tease. Him taking out his Germa 66 raid suit. Of course, the manga readers, we know where this is going to go, and I'm very excited to see this in the anime. I loved how it did the to be continued in the Germa style. I cannot wait to see how they're going to do his transformation in the anime. I love all the sound effects. I love all the Germa stuff. Just seeing it on the to be continued got me hype, and I love how they're changing and mixing up the to be continues. We've had a lot of unique ones, so that's really good. But yeah, cannot wait to see that in the anime. Overall though, I feel like this episode was like, it was alright. You know, it had some really good stuff that was really hype in the manga. I don't feel like it was as hype here in the anime. I don't think the animation was that good. Like I said, repeated footage syndrome. You know, they showed quite a few shots again and again, and especially of like where it was zooming around the Big Mum crew and everything. So overall, I'll probably just give this one, it was quite exciting, I guess. I give it a purple tier, but like a low-end purple tier. Also, quick shout-outs to Frankie's mask, as if that is going to trick anyone. And I'm surprised that Frankie has managed to actually blend into Wano. No one's been like, dude, why have you got a robot nose and tiny little robot hands? And also another little thing, it's good, isn't it, that the prison guards in Udon have let Luffy keep his straw hat. That's very nice of them. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!